What is up, guys? We're back here live in the Nucleus Hub, and I'm very excited because I have a very special guest here today. And this just brings back memories for me. She is involved with TRX. Her and your husband, right, Mike,
Yes.
who I just had the pleasure of sitting down with and creating some amazing content. They're both going to be running two of the best classes here for our health and fitness experience called Nucleus Nirvana Summer Sizzle and Sweat for July 20th here at the Nucleus Hub. So I'm super excited to have both of them and having the pleasure to sit here with Christina Basio. Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me.
So tell us a little bit before we dive in, and I know we're going to have a fun conversation, but tell people who you are and what you do and what do you specialize in.
Yeah, so Christina, I am new to Florida, which
Welcome.
I
Welcome.
love, I'm not going to lie. So I am the general manager of the brand new TRX Training Center in Delray Beach. This is TRX's premium headquarters training facility. I'm super excited about it. And I love TRX. I use it. I've been using it forever. And I'm excied to bring this to the Delray Beach area.
Amazing. And like I was telling your husband on our segment, for me this is like bringing back memories. Having when I started in the coaching industry, one of the first tools that I played with was TRX. To the point where I was saying, like, even when I played high school football, at one point in I think it was my junior year, they had brought TRXs into our weight room facility, and it was super cool. Like, we were like, what is this? Is this cool? So then when I got into the training world, first job at Bally's, a trainer had a TRX. He saw that I knew. He's like, wait, you know TRX? Because a lot of people don't know about it. This is like 2010. So he's like, a lot of people are not familiar with TRX. I was like, no. I was like, we used this in high school. So for me, it's like I feel like I'm a little kid, like reliving some of these memories, and the fact that I'm here being able to collaborate with a brand that I've always looked up to and been influenced for so many years. It's really exciting to be able to do that. So for you personally, and I'm sure that there's some intersection here with Mike's story, so it's going to be cool to talk about that. But when you started in the industry, what was the first steps for you? What inspired to become a coach, and then what kind of gravitated and pulled you into working with TRX? Was that with Mike, or was that separate and then you guys met together?
So I'm just going to be honest, right?
Sure.
Back in the day, I'm typical, I hated working out.
Okay.
I did, I'm not going to lie. I was always athletic and always active, and I was, you're young and you're like, I don't have to work out. So then I met this great fit guy, Mike, my husband, well, then not my husband.
Shout out to Mike.
And, he was using TRX, he was doing workouts, and I was like, all right, maybe I'll, I like him, maybe I'll get into this workout stuff. So I did, and I fell in love. I fell in love with the TRX, obviously him, we're married. But and then I was always an entrepreneur at heart. So I said, hey, why don't we take these workouts that you're doing on the beach then and open up a fitness studio, and we'll specialize in TRX functional training. It's going to be great. It'll be small group classes. I'll get my certification. I'll teach because I love teaching and I love educating people. I went to school for education, and I said, hey, you know what? I'm going to teach people fitness and movement, right, and how to live healthy. So we did. We opened up Beach Fit in New York, in Oceanside. We still have it 12 years later. And now here we are in Florida doing it all over again.
I love that. I love especially stories like this. Being hearing it from his side and your side, really cool that you were a pushing factor in getting that studio to roll out. And telling me how you guys really focus on making sure it was like a TRX specialization studio, which is, I'm sure, separated you guys, especially during a time where there was still shifts in the industry happening where that made you stand out. So I think that's really, really cool. And in a way, there's the fitness and TRX love story. We brought you guys here together, and so it's super cool to be able to see what you guys have built, and not only that, but what you guys are continuously doing with your business and with TRX. So I think that's really, really cool. For you, what are some of the things that you're seeing now in the industry? What are some of the things that you can say you like and things that you don't like, and where do you think it's going?
Yeah, so I really see a shift towards strength training and longevity, and I love that, right? It's not just about the workout, right? It's people understanding that health embodies all different facets of your life, right? Whether obviously fitness, nutrition, mindset, emotional, social connections, environment, workspace, all of that, sleep, water intake, right? Stress levels, all of that makes up your health. And if you look at those different pillars, right? If I just focus on one pillar of health, maybe I'm super great in that pillar, but if 5 other areas are suffering, am I really that healthy? So I love that people are kind of, focusing on all facets of their health and looking to have a total wellness overview. So that's why at our studios, especially at TRX, we're focusing on not just a workout, right? It's nutrition, it's mindset, it's, how do I recover well? How do I sleep well? A lot of people don't understand, right, how to do those things. It sounds so easy. Yeah, go to bed. Well, you know what? Do I have a nighttime routine? Do I sleep through the night? Do I sleep long enough? How much is long enough? So there's a lot of questions. So I'm hoping to bring more of that wellness, view of health. And I see the industry going there. People realize this is what I need for longevity and a quality of life.
I love that, and I'm a big advocate. I have this 4-pillar model that I follow, and I always compare it to like a table with 4 legs. And I always say, you got a table with 4 legs, and I always say number 1, health. Number 2, self-care. Number 3, friends and family. Number 4, business. Yeah. Or for somebody who doesn't have a business, work. So for me, I always look at it and I tell people health has to be number 1. And health can be physical, spiritual, and mental. Mm-hmm. And then you have your self-care, which self-care is like you spending the time to do the things that make you happy, right? Which is part of health. It reduces stress. Mm-hmm. You're being fulfilled in the areas of like your hobbies and things like that. And then you got the fulfillment of spending time with your friends and family, which then impact your business and your work. Mm-hmm. And I like because, to your point, the more we're shifting to this direction, the more you create a stronger table with stronger legs. Because, even if one of those legs is weak, if I go to that table and I touch that table's falling down. So
great analogy.
I love that you brought that up, because for me, that's a huge component. It's a reminder for myself because, having built a startup like Nucleus, I've had moments where I've taken away certain aspects of that table. Now I'm bringing them back. And again, like I think there's an understanding too, where it's like there's certain moments in life where you create sacrifice, and you kind of have to understand that there will be a sacrifice, but understanding that if you stay there too long, many problems are going to rise. So for me, it's like personally, it's a great reminder for myself, and it's also for everybody in my team and other people. I always love to use that analogy because I do see the industry moving in that direction, and I'm really glad that you guys are really focused on honing in on that, and making it what it is truly important. With that being said, what are some of the things that you don't like that is going on right now?
Yeah, I always, I try not to focus on the negatives of life, right? And so, for example, when I teach a class, I won't say, don't do that. I'll say, hey, let's focus on doing X, Y, Z, right? Because where you focus your mind and attention is where you're going to end up going. But I will point out, there are things that are kind of shifting and swaying in the industry. And what I will say is, whatever you're following or, whoever you're trusting, do your research, right? Don't just follow blindly. Who are they? What are they saying? And then learn for yourself, right? Your body is your own. You're the only one that's going to take full care of your body. No one else cares as much as you. And you're going to live with yourself forever. So with that said, I'm going to do everything I can to make sure whatever I do or put in my body or do to my body, I'm going to be 100% confident with it. So what I would say in the industry is don't follow blindly, do your research, and, treat yourself well.
Love that. And there's something so important in that, especially in the aspect of don't follow blindly, where sometimes we can get lost, and we can follow things or do things that necessarily aren't the best for us. Or there might be something that we're following that maybe it could be good, but it's not good for you.
Right.
And sometimes we are just caught in the illusion of it. Maybe it's not good for you, but it's good for somebody else. But you need to pivot somewhere else to actually receive what is actually good for you. And I think that's such a huge, amazing point that you brought in. Of course, anything that you put in your body, especially we see in today's world, all the changes going on. Like, look at even Whole Foods with the new stuff that's going on over there, and how they've shifted even the type of produce that they're bringing in, and some of the other different industries, and creating fake meat and all that. I can get into a rabbit hole about all this stuff. So I think it's just being more conscious and aware of the things that you're putting inside of you are so important. And I always say it's not to be paranoid, because you don't want to be paranoid and not enjoy life, and that stress will kill you, but it's understanding is what are you consuming on a daily basis, and just being more conscious of it. And
yeah, I think the biggest thing, and I tell a lot of my nutrition clients this, so every physical body is different. So yeah, generally, or for many people, one way might work, but that doesn't mean it'll work for you, right? Like you just said. So I always say, listen to it and then do the research and then test it. It's an experiment. I'll be honest, doctors don't really have the answer. They know that, hey, for most people, this medicine might work.
Yep.
But how often have you gone and be like, hey, I don't feel anything, or it's not working for me? They'll be like, okay, well, let's try this, or let's try that. So if there's no one answer for every single person, we can't follow blindly. We take the information we receive, we apply, we test it. I mean, I learned this in high school, right?
Yeah.
Like theory, I mean, I don't remember it, don't test me on it. But, you have to do your research.
Yeah. And let's be honest, the biggest alarm is your body. Right? Your body will tell you if it doesn't like something, if it doesn't want something, if it wants more of it, and you will immediately feel it through your energy, through your experiences, through, just how you're going through your daily life.
One thing I've learned, so I have 4-year-old twins.
Okay.
And so I'm still a new mom, because every day is something new.
I have a 5-year-old, so
there you go.
I understand the parent life.
Does it get better? Maybe not. So one thing, as children, your body speaks to you. The baby will tell you when it's hungry, when it's tired, when it's got to go to the bathroom, when it needs love. And somehow, as we get older, we learn how to distract ourselves and ignore our bodily cues. We learn how to work through being hungry. And then at some point in our life, we turn around and we go, well, I wasn't hungry, that's why I didn't eat lunch. No, you just stop listening to it. Like when my kid says, mommy, 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 at some point, I don't even hear them anymore. So I learned how to tune it out. But to your point, your body has the answers. Your body will tell you exactly what it needs, what it's feeling, what it wants. We just have to learn how to listen to it again. So that's why I say, hey, trust yourself, do your research, and experiment.
Yep, and it goes back to you got to spend time with yourself, being in tune, being intentional, and just giving yourself what you need. So I love that. As we start wrapping up, what are some other I think that from this last question, things that you want to see shift. I think we can say that these are some do's, right, and things to do and things not to do. But what are some other do's and don'ts? Some quick do's and don't tips that you can leave off the audience with. That it's like, hey, look. These are definite do's, these are definite don'ts, that would help you just to start living a healthier lifestyle.
So I would say start making health part of it's part of your routine. And I know that sounds so cliche, but hey, I brush my teeth every day, right? It's just I just do it, right? I don't go, I gotta go brush my teeth. I just do it. So find a way to build in these healthy activities into your day where it's just something you do, and let's break that chain of mental thinking of, I gotta add that in, or I don't have time for it. Be like, you have time to go to Starbucks and grab a coffee for 10 minutes, right? And you don't even think twice about it, right? Hey, I'll go get a workout for 10 minutes. I don't even think twice about it if that's all you can fit in. So breaking that mental chain of, it's a chore, really work on your mindset of building it into your routine. Like, hey, I just have to get it done, with it, whether it's workout or any other pillars we talked about. And surround yourself with people that are going to build you up, right? I truly believe you are the average of the 5 closest people that you hang out with, right? And if they're not serving you, or if they're not living a life that you are proud of for them, then they're not the right people to be around. And sometimes that stinks. It's family or friends or whoever, and you got to change it. But that's okay, because you're the only person that's going to take care of you forever So be your best friend, not your biggest bully, and surround yourself with other best friends.
Amen to that. And there's so much truth. And again, people might look at it as another cliche statement, but there's so much power to it. And I'm a big believer, and I say it all the time, because who you hang out with will rub off. And you will start seeing you doing things that either they're great or they're not great, based on who you surround yourself. So I think that's definitely a powerful, statement you made
There's a reason why
there.
we have cliches, because they're there.
They're there for a reason. They're there for something. We have to just be reminded of them.
Exactly.
What are you looking forward to the most for this health and fitness experience, and what can people expect?
I mean, I am really looking forward to bringing our TRX workout experience. And I know TRX has been around so long and everybody uses it and I love it, but for Mike and I, we have this TRX experience that we believe we built that we cannot wait to share with everybody who's coming here to experience what a full TRX workout is like. And I'm excited for people to experience it.
Awesome. Well, it's been a pleasure, and I'm really excited to have both you and Mike here, be able to teach this experience that you guys are going to deliver at our experience, and just being able to get everybody in a healthier state, getting people moving, having a good day, a good fun day where it's a healthy event where people can go out on a Saturday, enjoy themselves, but most importantly have something to look back at. And who knows, maybe they'll start adopting some new changes in their life. And for people who already have, they just get to elevate it to the next level. So I'm really looking forward to be able. I was telling Mike, especially with the Y bells, I was like, all right, there's going to be a moment in there. I know I'm going to be running around doing my things, but I got to jump in there for like 10, 15 minutes because I got to test out those white belts, because I'm like, I have not played with them. I want to play with them. I'm going to get my hands on them. So
I can't
I'm
wait
really
for
excited.
that. You get ready.
I'm ready. So I'm sure you guys are going to give me a beat down, but I'm ready for it. Where can people find you, connect with you, plug away?
So at TRX Training Center on Instagram. If you want me personally, it's at christina.basio. And, but really just, TRX in general. We're everywhere.
Amazing. Guys, you heard it. We're truly excited for this. We'd love for you guys to be here. And once we open up the class schedules for you guys to be able to reserve, you'll have the opportunity to be able to take the amazing class with Mike and Christina. They're going to put on a wonderful experience, and we want to make sure that you guys get your hands on it. So stay on the lookout for that class schedule when it rolls out, once you sign up for this Nucleus Nirvana Summer Sizzle and Sweat experience. Till next time, we can't wait to have you there.